a red shirt didn't die. Was it really an episode of Star Trek? Welcome back aboard Blurred Force One with your boy Mo. And today I'm going to be reviewing Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 3. It's entitled In the Cradle of Vexilon, and it's come to you from Paramount Plus. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? And before we get into the review, get down there and hit like on this video. Well, Episode 3, In the Cradle of Vexilon, it's all about a ring world and a benevolent computer. We don't see a lot of those in Star Trek. Most of the computers seem to go crazy and want to be gods. But not this one. This is a benevolent god that's, it's on an ancient, ring world like Halo or whatever, where basically it makes it a utopia. But it's kind of, it needs a firmware update. It needs a hardware overhaul. The computer's kind of running down. So Freeman and Ransom are down on the ring, trying to deal with its problems. Which, I mean, what a stupid computer for not having some of its own people be able to actually fix it. But whatever, we'll ignore that. This gives Freeman a chance to use her minor in, I think what she called it, ancient software or something like that. She took a course at Starfleet. It gives her a chance to stretch her muscles there. That's never a bad idea, to just use something you haven't used since college. All right. In the meantime, you also have Boimler, who is nervous about leading his first away mission, where he is commanding other ensigns to do some work on the ring world. They're dealing with a power supply deal, and also while on the ship, Tendi, Rutherford, and Mariner seem to be getting hazed by one of the other upper officers. So, what are they going to do about the hazing? And can Boimler keep his crap together long enough for the mission to come together? And so, what did I think about this episode? You know what? I thought it was fine. It was, it was better towards the end. I think after those first two pretty stellar episodes, this, settled into the groove of, episodic Star Trek. And it's episodic Star Trek is hit or miss. Some of it is really good. Some of it is mundane as hell, despite what's going on. And this one is not quite mundane. It's fun and funny. It's essentially, well, what if we try a firmware update and it fails in the middle of it? Oh wait, it's the firmware update for literally the computer that runs everything. And apparently this is a bottleneck / point of failure that the benevolent and really, really smart creators of this AI didn't think about. Maybe they should have had, they had a backup redundancy, whatever. Or maybe just not put it all in the hands of one computer. Who knows? You know what? What do we know? They're, future ancient aliens. So either way, this ring world, and it's pretty cool. It looks like what you expect, like Halo or the novel ring world. But it's full of like artists and whatever, because they don't have to do anything. The AI takes care of them. And Captain Freeman screws up the update, and then it's basically apocalypse now on the ring world. Fun stuff there, yeah, and funny, I guess. But I mean, I wasn't like super enthused by it. Boimler's whole thing with being afraid of, I won't say leading, but afraid of allowing the ensigns to do anything when he's leading this away mission. It's not helped by the fact that Talin's there is basically, Talin's the person that's just giving you honest but not needed at the time feedback or information or advice or any of that stuff. And so Boimler basically is afraid that everything's going to blow up if the ensigns screw up, and so he does everything on his own. And it's a trait of his that he's a perfectionist and all that other stuff, and he's afraid of his own shadow sometimes. But it also, it comes from a good place, I suppose. And so at some point he has to trust the other ensigns to do what they're supposed to do. It doesn't help that it's in the middle of this catastrophic apocalypse that's going on. And so, Talin basically, she does what she does. The Mariner thing was, boost his confidence, which that, Boimler, he's going to get rid of that, because he's never going to be a command officer if someone always has to pep talk him into being as good as he can be. It's kind of weird. He'll never be a captain if that's the way it's going to be. So I'd like to see how they're going to resolve him becoming not just more confident, but self-confident, becoming the person that drives himself, because he's clearly competent. And there's a big, catastrophic I don't want was it a lava tube or something like that, where he literally can't do everything in order to save them all, and therefore has to trust his instincts to do what they're going to do. And then there's a big moment toward the end, and I'll come back to that in a sec. And then, of course, you got Tendi, Rutherford, and Mariner. They're trying to figure out, they're given this grunt work, and it's really tedious and annoying and somewhat painful, like checking these data chips. And Tendi's like, we're getting hazed. We got to stop this guy this officer from hazing us. We're going to, we're going to go ahead and prank him back. And they do that with this. They have a storage room. Who knew starships had a storage room for all the weird ass artifacts that they come across? If you ever wondered, man, what did Kirk would do with that weird ass thing that they encountered? Well, it's in the storage room. So they go there and get like this game that traps you in it until you complete it, and set up this, set it up so that it would be like a bunch of pranks on the officer, and then find out that, oh, wait a minute, this prank that we're going to pull on him is maybe traumatizing. Let's actually just go through with the work. And so they get it all done because they are Starfleet officers. Yay. This part was fun. I think the problem I have is just and not even that it didn't surprise me, it just didn't do anything that was all that original or new or anything like that. It was just a funny little sitcom situation. So where it came to that, like, yeah, it was enjoyable enough, but as with the whole episode, there just wasn't a zing. There wasn't a thing, a pop or something like that really made me be like, this is a great episode. It's a good episode. And at the end, there's a big action bit, and Boimler, the red shirt Boimler, he dies. He actually dies. But it means nothing in the Star Trek universe, apparently, because Dr. Tana just revives him. And he goes to some little weird astral plane that I think is a reference back to a previous episode. I cannot remember, but he sees a mountain and like I think it was a cat or something like that, or a raccoon, whatever the hell it was. If y'all know what that was, remind me. But either way, he dies and he's revived. And Ransom's just blows it off like, yeah, you always remember your first death. And I'm like, first death. That's one of the parts that it's a joke that was very well placed and landed quite well for me. So I did like the very end of the episode a good bit. So all the way around, like I said, good episode. Wasn't great, didn't wow me, but it did entertain me, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. I do hope that this is just kind of a lull, and they kind of crank it up a lot more in the next episodes. Just not to kind of take the foot off the pedal, if you will, because it started off, the first two episodes were really good. So either way, what did you guys think about this episode? What do you think about what I had to say about it? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, do me a favor, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see reviews just like this one. All right, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to be reviewing episode 4 of Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4. Until then, I have been Mo, your commentator extraordinaire on all things pop culture, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.